How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a peek back at the GOAT, Piccolo Jr. himself, one of the top TURs from last year. And we're going to see where he stands now that he's got a major buff from the STR Lord Slug.
I am Demon King Piccolo reborn! I will once again reign as the world's strongest! Say your wish. I want eternal youth! Now hasten the conversion to Earth!
Alrighty, so we got him here on Lord Slug's team. He's one of the units that got a major buff from the arrival of Lord Slug, thanks to the addition of the new category and the buffs being given by Slug's domain. So we really want to see how he's looking here, right? Remember, he's one of those units that had, right, almost all of his defense was raw, and he's really good for really short fights. So that's kind of why we're going into Gohan, because it is a bit of a shorter fight compared to some of the other fights. But you can see here, 300k start of turn defense he's got. We got him on a full Terrifying Conqueror setup, so that way he can receive the buff, and we can bring Turles and he can receive that buff. So let's go ahead, let's see here. We're going to put Slug in slot 1, we're going to put him in slot 2. We'll basically have one rotation of Frieza and Frieza, and then Slug and Piccolo Jr. And ideally getting floating support from the Anlisa and Matamacha and the Turles. Now, he does only share 3 links with Slug, which is not terrible, but it's also not the best. But then again, that was always his issue, right, was link partners. Alright, so 8 million were coming out. Now remember, this was like something he would build up to, right? Like, this was his beginning of his start of turn 2 before, and now it's his turn 1. Now granted, we don't have any support. This could be looking a lot better. But the more he does build with every super attack he does, so the more supers we do, the better we're going to look. Look, right? Third super, we're already hitting 10 million with him. Which again, this is something that we would be looking at like the end of his turn 2. 12 million, very nice. Right, so he actually got a really good turn here. And he's one of those, right, if he gets fully built up, right, he's nearing over 2 million defense. So it's actually really good. Alright, excellent. We do an additional super. Nice.
Open the upper hatch.
Alrighty, so with that, not exactly the setup I want, but I think we can still make it work. Put Slug in front. Well, actually, we probably could have put Frieza in front here, but I'm not that worried about it. Frieza is not who we're out to showcase this one. Hopefully, Frieza can get at least 1 stack in, though, because that'll help him. There we go, and okay, never mind. So Frieza's not doing nothing, but that's okay. Excellent. Alright, so we got full supers last turn, which means he's pretty much fully built up. We've got support from the Turles here. 600k started turn defense. Alright, we are looking good here. We will take this. So let's grab that. Grab that. Perfect. That filled out exactly the way I was hoping it would. Alright, so my only concern is how this next turn is going to play out. That's my only concern. I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to kill here, but we'll see what happens. It's going to depend on how many supers Piccolo Jr. decides to do here. And how many super? I think, yeah. It's going to depend on Piccolo Jr. and Turles' supers. 13 million is what we're starting off turn 2. That's more like it. Alright, we get 6 million damage. We get an additional super for 14 million. Now, he's probably only going to have 2 turns of this. This and the 5th turn. Because after that, he starts to taper off. Okay, so that's about all we got. We could have gotten more, but game decided not to. But I do think we tanked this super here. 100k, that's not bad. Considering that's like 1.4, 1.5. Actually, I should look that up. I forget how much that one does. It's been a minute since we've done the Beast Gohan fight, but I know it's a pretty good amount. Alright, nice. We get another super. Alright, so, and now the second domain procs here. Alright, let's see. Okay, 1.5, yeah, so I was right. 1.5 million super. Okay, so we're going to rotate off the Slug. We're going to keep the Fizz Frieza here. Oh my goodness. Are we actually not going to get to super at all with Frieza? This is hilarious. That's fine. We'll use an item for his turn if we have to. Oh no, okay, great. We actually will, because Frieza is nullified by Gohan. Okay, so... Okay, at least we'll get some attack out of AGL Frieza. We'll take that. Alright, yeah, not what I wanted to happen here. Oh no, that's not good. So that means he's going to be way behind. Okay, so that drives us into the final phase here. And he did exactly what I was hoping he wouldn't do, which is... oh boy. Alright, so let's do... Well, actually... Well, here's the thing. We weren't going to put... We weren't going to put Piccolo Jr. in front of the attacks anyways. Like, at best, we were going to put him here. But we have the other Slug coming in, so I think this is what I'm going to do, since we have the other Slug coming in. And so we'll just use a Ghost Usher this turn, because I don't trust the... I don't trust Anguilla and Metamacho to not dodge. They have failed me so many times recently. But they're here just for the support, because that's really what we're going to see. So taking a look here, we've got 700k start of turn defense. He's not going to do any more additional super attacks, even in slot 2. So let's go ahead and do this number.
What's wrong? Has your courage withered upon witnessing my true form?
Alrighty, so, especially because I don't think these two got any dodges previously, and does it stack? Well, it does build up, but, right, they haven't dodged anything yet, so, we could be having some trouble here, so let's just go ahead and do this number, and then, we're probably going to circle back around to this turn, so we can make this. Yeah, okay, they don't even break his damage barrier. Yeah, so, I mean, it should be obvious. I would hope nobody is looking at this as like, I wonder if Piccolo Jr. is going to tank a Beast Gohan Super. Why did he use that item? He's not going to take a Beast Gohan Super. Alright, we get an additional Super. Nice. You get an additional super for 14 million. So even pretty much after that first super, he would have tanked Beast Gohan's normals. So we know he would have survived the end turn there. But, again, we would have to have risked... we would have had to risk the dodge without these guys. So we pretty much got a 50% chance. If we miss that 50% chance, the run is over. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. Alright, I'm pretty sure Turles survives the super here. Alright. And let's go ahead and do this.
Well, would you look at that? Zarbon, Midoriya. Beautiful fireworks.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and grab that, and we move back on. So, again, pretty sure Turles can survive this on a full Terrifying Conquerors setup. Yeah, okay, excellent. So we're solid here, and then we just need Frieza to get a couple supers, enough to tank the normals, which he should be able to do, because he's got the active skill. He's got this one, which means he should have a guaranteed yes. Okay. So I think we have enough defense on Frieza to tank the normals here. There we go. Alright, we get an additional super. Perfect. Okay. Oh, there we go. Alright, we get the giant form. Oh, are we going to get the finish with Piccolo Jr.'s giant form? I'll take that. Actually, no, we won't, because this won't break the damage threshold. Beast Gohan has a damage threshold. But that's okay. I mean, it's still fun. I mean, it's not something we get to see very often, so I'll take it. That. Alright, perfect. So I think this counts as one of Beast Gohan's super turns, so if I'm correct, Beast won't... Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because we use the giant form. Beast Gohan won't be supering this one, but I think he could still lock us, so we could be in trouble potentially depending on how he locks the setup here. We'll see. There we go. We get... Okay. Alright, we get the additional turn here. I think if one of these guys procs a crit, this might actually play in our favor. Alright, let's see here. I don't know. I don't think so. I think even with the crit, the attack stat's so low. Right, because he's already got effective against all types. Well, actually not anymore, I think. Oh yeah, there you go. There's that crit. So there we go. Question answered. Oh wow, we actually got 3 supers. Of course, the turn that we're trying to go ahead and end things. Alright, well let's just grab these. See, I'm saving those STR orbs so I can grab them with Slug. Alright, there's that crit again for 0 damage. So yeah, I mean, giant form. I mean, but we saw the same thing with other giant forms. Most giant forms haven't been able to break Beast barrier. I mean, any barrier for that matter in terms of these damage barriers, just because the giant forms tend to hit a little. I think, well, that's a rage mode. I was supposed to say Janemba's I actually think can, but again, that's a rage mode. So who did he lock? So he locked Piccolo Jr. here. Okay, well, let's do this number then. Let's see if we can finish off with the active skill.
Just you wait. I still have my final resort!
There we go. We will take that. Alrighty. I will take a Piccolo Jr. KO screen. Alrighty, so there you have it. Piccolo Jr. might just be back in action. I really wanted to take him in against Gogeta, but if you guys check, and I'll link it in the description, if you guys check out my Gogeta video where I was focusing on Slug, he was on the team. So I just kind of did this one to just put a little more attention on Piccolo Jr. and Beast Gohan is kind of like the perfect length because we'll get to see his full passive play out in the first couple of phases, and then we'll also get to see what happens to him after that runs out, which we did get to see here, right? Now, again, Slug here brings this guy not necessarily back into the spotlight, but back into viability, really, right? I mean, don't expect him to be stealing the show like he did before, but, you know, seeing that he can still, you know, after turn 2 for a couple of turns, throw out, you know, 14, 15, 16 million supers, even more if we had better support, right? I mean, it's a shame we didn't really get to see the Turles option there with him fully built up, or even like STR Broly. Maybe we should try that out. But he really is becoming an option again, at least with Slug around, and probably even more so once Fizz Slug and STR Bojack EZA. I think we could definitely see some more usability in him, especially in short content. I think that's the thing we need to remember, right? Nobody should be taking this guy in to go Frieza or to go Cheetah and then expecting him to do well. He was never a long fight character. He excels in short fights, which is why, like, again, if you check out my Gogeta video, you can see he did phenomenal in there, you know, on par with the rest of the team, and that's kind of what it's kind of what you expect of him. It's just nice seeing that extra damage, seeing that extra defense on him, thanks to Slug's domain. He's back on the field, man. That's all I gotta say, and I'm super excited to start using him again in certain fights. So, guys, that's it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know who else do you want to see us test out on Slug's team, see if they've made a comeback. Already working on a Frieza video, but Junior was definitely one of the first that I wanted to tackle because, you know, we all know how dominant he was last year. So it's kind of nice to see him back on the playing field. But I'm curious what you guys want to see in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching. And aloha.